I saw some sucker shit that's very interesting. This nigga right here, man. Shout out Poetic Flacco for covering this shit.
Akaash has to 100% be the dumbest person to ever live and is not close by a mile. Akaash's wife started a podcast and posting on social media consistently because being a wife of a multi-millionaire comedian who gives you everything was not enough, and she severely embarrassed him. She made him look like a fool. She told stories about her hooking up with various dudes. She told stories that made Akaash look like a freaking simp and a wimp, and essentially ruined Akaash's face card, name, and good reputation. She created a huge mess for Akaash. Akaash was not being viewed the same after the world seen a clip of his wife telling him to his face she wanted to have an orgy with his friend in front of him. Paired that with other clips of her talking about her whole history while also proclaiming to be a virgin. So,
okay. Akaash, this dude.
Akaash decided the best way to deal with this is instead of leaving the woman who's solely responsible for his good name, reputation, and face card being destroyed permanently, he's going to leave the podcast responsible for making him famous because he believes fame is why he's receiving the scrutiny. During his interview with Hot 97 a couple weeks ago, Akaash told Hot 97 that this situation made him realize he doesn't want to be this famous. And he sat back and he looked at the scrutiny that came from the fans and the Reddit and these forums, and he doesn't want to deal with it anymore. And he doesn't want to chase the fame, and he's going to start doing things differently. Well, we'll review that interview a little later in this video, but the first step to doing things differently and getting outside of the limelight and this internet scrutiny, well, is leaving the podcast that made him famous, that made him a celebrity. He held so much resentment for the fan base that he helped curate that he didn't even show up for an episode that Andrew Schultz and his co-host was announcing that Akaash will no longer be on the platform. He didn't even give the fan base a farewell, and that's because of the scrutiny he received during this situation from that fan base, how they roasted him, how every comment is them talking about Akaash and his wife, how the comment section, how the Reddit has dug up a lot of things about Akaash and his wife, and he has a certain level of hostility and resentment for that fan base. He hates them. He despises them. And that led to him walking away and him not even showing up for the last episode where they'll be announcing he's no longer on the pod.
We got to address the elephant in the room, no pun intended, okay? As I'm sure you guys are aware, our boy Akaash, he really went through it earlier this year, showed amazing resilience and, selling out Radio City recently, setting records in Toronto, just crushing stand-up around the globe, and literally just like living the dreams that he would tell me about at 2 a.m. when we're eating fucking egg sandwiches at Veselka. So it's been amazing to see, but the experience has put things in perspective for him. And he's made the decision to focus all of his energy on stand-up. He is going to be stepping away from the pod. It is bittersweet. We wish that he did not want to do that. But at the same time, it's very hard not to root for your friend, literally living his dreams. And if he feels he's got to give everything to that, then that's exactly what he's got to do. And we're going to rock with him. We hope you guys continue to rock with him. Go check out the show. We saw the show Radio City. It's phenomenal. You guys should absolutely go check it out. AkaashSingh.com for tickets. So we just wanted to, clear the air. Akaash hasn't been on the pod for a while. We thought it was time that we, talk to you guys about it.
They can sugarcoat this as much as they want, but there's a problem here. Akaash didn't show up to announce he's done. He didn't have a farewell episode. That says something. That says there's a fractured relationship here. Now, Akaash, during the Hot 97 interview, spoke about how people in his life spoke on the situation. He didn't appreciate it. Andrew Schultz and Charlamagne the God spoke on it. But to fully understand why this relationship is fractured, I think it stems well before this. I think when Akaash went home and he had to reflect on how did he get to the situation where the world is exposing his wife, he thought back to the Fresh and Fit and Flagrant 2 episode. And he thought, damn, if I wasn't doing Flagrant, I wouldn't have gotten into this culture war with Myron Gaines And that wouldn't have led to Myron Gaines having this vendetta against me for 5+ years that he then took out on my wife. So flagrant was already the root of the issue. And then the Flagrant 2 fans is, bro, if I thought we were brutal to Akaash, go to the Flagrant 2 comments, bro. All right, go to the Reddit. They tormented Akaash. Akaash had to literally watch every Flagrant episode, go to the comment section, and it's an Akaash joke about his wife. After a while, he grew resentment for the fan base and grew resentment for Andrew Schultz. When you watch the Hot 97 interview, it was almost as if he was speaking to Andrew Schultz directly when he spoke on some people just love and obsessed with this fame stuff. And I thought, Akaash couldn't possibly be talking about Andrew Schultz. But with him not coming back for his final episode, that tells me, yo, there's maybe some truth to my wild conspiracy that Akaash and Andrew got beef.
Are you surprised at how many people were so quick to say something because they thought it was your downfall? Like, you're like, oh, that's how you really feel about
Yeah, I
me.
guess, I don't know if I thought it was, because I don't.
Look at him. Hit the like button for this game. Shout out to the chat. Imagine. Let's be real. Yo, bitch. You married to a bitch that is jealous. Yo, bitch get a podcast because you famous, because you lit, right? You lit. You lit. You get a bitch because you lit. Right? I mean, your bitch get a podcast because you lit. And then she get to talking reckless about you on the podcast. Your bitch get to talking reckless about you on her podcast. Because she want to be lit too. Just being your bitch ain't enough. She want to be lit too. So she just talk so much shit about you on her podcast and in front of you. A bitch say she want to fuck your friend in front of you, right? And then you leave your podcast that made you lit, that got you lit. We clearly see in this culture that as a comedian, if you on a lit podcast, that run up your litness for your live shows. We clearly see that. Comedian shows are lit because they're on a lit podcast. You know what I'm saying? You on a lit podcast. So therefore that translates into lit shows. You know what I'm saying? And you let your bitch, even though you married to a bitch with legal paperwork and shit, you married to a bitch. She's supposed to be, you know, you got paperwork, you know, went and stood before God and all the paperwork, and this supposed to be your wife and shit. But you let your bitch trick you out your spot. Because you fail to discern clearly that your bitch is jealous of you. She already think you know, like I said at the beginning of this, you could struggle to get a bitch, right? You get a bitch, you struggle to get a bitch, right? The bitch be like, I'ma fuck with you. Normally I would fuck with some higher level niggas, but I'ma fuck with you. And then you start to progress in life. And a bitch is really looking at you like, I can't believe this square nerd motherfucker is lit like this. He lucky I'm even fucking with him. That's how a bitch think about you. He lucky I even think he lucky. Instead of standing on business, instead of standing on raw business. See, a nigga could have had, but he always knew that he was a sucker to his bitch. He already knew that, right? But see, like, a nigga like me, you know what I'm saying? See, a nigga like me, see the difference between me and a motherfucker like this, right? The difference between me and a motherfucker
This sounds like I'm being
the difference between me and a motherfucker like this is, see, this is the difference, right? See, when my bitch would have had disrespected me on a pot, like as we all sitting together, and then my bitch say, I want to fuck your friend, right? When a bitch say that, this is BossMack right here. And you know, I ain't gonna even lie, man. I have done shit like this before. What I'm telling y'all, I have done this before. A bitch say she wanna fuck my friend. My bitch say she wanna fuck my friend. I'ma say, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let's make that shit happen. I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? And we done. And we done. We done. We done. Let's make it happen though. I'm glad, man, I'm so glad you kept it 100 with me. Let's make that shit happen. Bro, you wanna fuck? She said she wanna fuck. We done. We done. Whatever kind of fallout gotta happen, we done. Yeah, bitch, we done. I ain't gonna lie, on God in heaven. Look, on God in heaven. I done had one of my bitches. I done had one of my bitches back in the days tell me some shit like, yeah, yo homie, and this is one of my homies that was balling. This nigga was balling. He had way more money than me, right? Way more money than me. Yeah, your homie was on me the other day. He was on me. He was feeling me. You know what I'm saying? He said, you know, my fit was looking good. You know what I'm saying? You better be, you know. And then she was like, you better be, you know, you better be on point. Said some crazy shit to me. I was like, is that right, bitch? I was like, look, you ain't, hey, don't even trip. I can hook you up with him. Let's make that shit happen. Let's make that shit happen. I'm not a hater. You was feeling it, right? You was feeling him and he was feeling you. Hey, let's make that shit happen. I'm not a hater. I could tell you, I could take the L. It's an L for me. Hey, it's an L. It's an L. And I dismissed that bitch. I dismissed that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know, she tried that, and then a bitch, and what's crazy is a bitch tried to have a nervous breakdown after that shit too. A bitch tried to have a nervous breakdown after that. I was like, bitch, you should have thought about that before you said that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I can't, this motherfucker right here, man. This motherfucker right here. Here's the cold part of the game, man. It's fucked up, man. You gotta, see, the root of the problem is the bitch, right? Nigga give up his nigga give up his spot on a popping podcast because he can't check his bitch. You know what I'm saying? And you living with the disrespect. You living with the disrespect. You're living with the disrespect. You living with the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not living with the disrespect. Bitch, you free to go. Is that how you feel, bitch? You free to go. Is that how you feel, bitch? You free to go. You free to go, man. I'm good. If he would have dismissed his bitch, if he would have, if that, when his bitch disrespected him, if he would have stood on radical business right there, he'd be a legend. He'd be a legend to motherfuckers. He would be a legend. He would be a legend. Motherfuckers would. He would be a legend. If he would have checked this bitch right there on that podcast, being like, oh, bitch, no shit, you want to fuck him? Let's make that shit happen. Let's make that shit happen. He would have been a legend. Bitch, I ain't giving up my, bitch, you podcasting because of me, bitch. Your bitch can be jealous of you, bro. Your bitch can be jealous of you. Your bitch can be jealous of you. Your bitch can be jealous of you. Shit, man, I done had some recent, I ain't gonna even lie, man. The BossMack had, the BossMack done had some recent experiences with some shit like that. Well, not like extreme like that, but, little, I seen little flashes of jealous bitches. You know what I'm saying? Little flashes of jealous bitches. Little flashes. The BossMack is not even lit like that. But hey, the BossMack, if I pop out, if I go somewhere, I might grab a bitch and we go somewhere, pop out right quick. And the BossMack get recognized. The BossMack get recognized. Motherfucker be like, oh, BossMack, what's up with it, man? Come back, come on. Niggas, niggas show me some love. Pay homages right quick. But this is the BossMack right here. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie. a nigga, I'm not really used to that like that, you know what I'm saying? So when it be happening, it be kind of catching me off guard, you know what I'm saying? It be kind of catching me off guard a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I done had situations where I was with the bitch and motherfuckers homage praised me and shit, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I neglect, it ain't like I don't be remembering to be like, oh, this is my bitch right here. You know what I'm saying? I might not do that. I might be like, oh, appreciate it, man, 100, man, we'll you be listening. What's your name? Okay, yeah, where you listening from? Okay, all right, that's what's up, man. I fuck with you, man. And then, that happened a few times. And then a bitch feels some type of way I ain't introduce her to motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? She feels some type of way I ain't introduce her. I be like, bitch, I don't remember that, man. What the fuck? Why you even tripping? Why you even caring shit? Hit the like button for this game. Shout out to the great Patrice O'Neal. He said he can only woman to love a woman 90%. I need 10% for myself if I had to let the bitch go. T-Tone 1800. Jealous, being in competition with you and everything. Bro, man, listen, man. It's a fucked up sleeping with the enemy, man. Bro, that's some of the most dangerous shit you could do right there. Listen, let me tell you something. If you was a nigga out there and your bitch is outright jealous, you know what I'm saying? You sleeping with the enemy, man, that's some dangerous shit. That's some dangerous shit right there, bro. That's some dangerous shit. Being jealous is wild shit to start with. Hey, man. Listen, man. Bro. God damn. Oh, man. I done seen multiple bitches. I done seen multiple, man, jealous bitches. Jealous bitches, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? Woo! Listen. You was in a zone of high suckerism if you sleeping with the enemy, bro. If you live. Listen, man. Bitches pray for your downfall. That was like, what number podcast episode was that for me? That was probably like, I'm on episode 1315, 13. I'm on episode 1315, right? This is how long BossMack been podcasting. I'm on episode 1315, and it's really more than that. But I think episode number 9, maybe 10, 11 in there, it was bitches praying for your downfall. Bitches praying for your downfall. I think I had it was when Nate Dogg had his stroke. When Nate Dogg had his first stroke, and the bitch was calling emergency because he had a stroke in front of a bitch, and the bitch was calling emergency, and she was sounding all like not urgent. The bitch was sounding relaxed and not like in a hurry, and I was like, listen to this bitch. This bitch don't really give a fuck about Nate Dogg, and he having a stroke. Hit the like button for this game. They want you weak and helpless. He said, I couldn't understand. Biggie Smalls, pray and pray for your downfall. BossMack been podding longer than some of y'all been alive. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, man. When a woman sees a man that doesn't fear L's, it makes them short circuit. Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, man. You gotta be willing to hey, man. You know, you can't be nice out here, man. You can't be nice out here, man. You can't be nice out here. You can't be nice out here. You can't be nice. Once you see the disrespect clearly, you gotta be decisive. You gotta be like, okay, I gotta chop this bitch right now. Just like the cartoon in the Bugs Bunny cartoon. Hassan chop! Hassan chop! You gotta be ready. You gotta be willing to do it. A bitch need to see you do that. A bitch need to see you do that. You know what I'm saying? A bitch need to see you do that. A bitch need to see you do that. A bitch needs to see you do that. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, we done. What you say? Bitch, we are done. We're done. We're done. Bitch, we're done.